This training video demonstrates the basic steps in importing a file into iGas. So we will import a spreadsheet file. In Excel, you want to make sure that the worksheet has a single header row above the data. In iGas, to open the file, you can click on this icon on the main toolbar, or you can also go to the File menu and click on Open. You can import data from other sources as well, like a database location, or from a portable XRF reader. From the Open Link Data menu, you can also open data from other third-party software such as GoCat and LeapFrog.geo. For more information, please refer to the training videos on these topics. From the File Open menu, these are the file types that iGas can open. Choose Excel spreadsheet from this list and select the file that you wish to open. This will open a column properties dialog, which is used to match the columns in the data to what iGas requires to create plots and make calculations. If you have record identifiers for each sample, such as sample ID, then information is assigned to this field. If the dataset contains X and Y coordinate columns, match them to the appropriate East and North fields. These are used for spatial visualization in the program and for exporting to GIS tab file format. You will also need to define your map projection in order to do that. So this data set is in AGD84 zone 51. If you have 3-hole data, you can define your Z or RL value in the elevation field. And if you want to export to Google Earth KMZ file, the dataset must also contain latitude and longitude coordinates and WGS 84 projection. They must also be in decimal degrees. For temporal data, you can assign time and date column to the appropriate field. A complete list of all the columns in the imported dataset is displayed below. From left to right, the original column name is displayed. All imported columns are designated as either text or numeric, depending on their predominant data type. Analysis data to be used in plots is generally in numeric format, whereas text data is used to group data. If you hover your cursor over the original column name, you can see each unique value if it's a text column, and the minimum, max, and median value if it's a numeric column. And next to that we have the alias column name, and then the column type and actual counts of text, numeric or null, i.e. blank entries in each column. So next to the alias column name, here we have the colored icons, which are indicators of column type and aliasing status. So aliasing is a term iGas uses when it matches the column names in your data with a format that iGas is familiar with. So if you click on the Guess Alias button, iGas will attempt to automatically read the column name and guess the element unit combination used. If the column has been aliased successfully to a standard iGas geochemical variable name, then the column icon will turn from blue to green. You can check each alias column to make sure that it is matched correctly. To reset all alias column names back to the original name, click on the Reset Alias button. To reset them individually, click on the arrow next to the individual column. To manually assign an element unit alias name, use the pull-down list and select the correct element unit name. Once you are done, click on OK to proceed. And if you need to return to the column properties dialog at any time, you can just click on the column properties icon on the main toolbar. To look at the imported data in the spreadsheet view, click on the View Data button. The total number of records is displayed, and you can scroll across to see the various data columns. To sort the column, left mouse click on the column header, and click on it again to reverse the sorting order. Use the red cross in the corner of the dialog to close it. To quickly see where the data points are spatially, we can open an attribute map. And I will now open a geochemical classification diagram. These two plots can only be made if I have aliased the columns as such in the column properties dialog. I can assign color properties to these data points by regulate group, for example, and assign a size attribute for gold grade. As the data is now brought into iGas, we can save it as an iGas file by clicking on the Save button on the main toolbar. So you enter a file name and a destination and click Save. So data is now saved as a .gas file. We can reopen it using the Open icon on the main toolbar. So from the File Open menu, once again you select the file type that you wish to open and navigate to the file. So you can see here that any of the open plot windows that were opened are also saved within the iGas file and are automatically reopened along with the save color and shape size attributes. So now I will turn off visibility for some of these groups, and I will export as a new file for visible rows only, again from the File menu. And from this menu, you can choose the file type that you wish to export it. So we select iGas file for now. And once we rebring that file back into iGas, it will bring in just the number of visible rows only. We can also choose to save only a number of selected columns as defined in the select variables dialog. So now we'll just select a number of metadata columns and just a number of SA columns, and save this from the export selected columns as all rows. And we can also bring in a file into iGas straight from dragging it into the session. And now that the file is in iGas, we can see that it only contains the columns that we have selected for the export. So this concludes the brief overview video on importing and exporting files to iGas. For additional help, please view the relevant help sections in the iGas